The Chicago Bears wasted no time this offseason getting their brand new head coach Ben Johnson from the Detroit Lions, getting a new DC and Dennis Allen, and attacking the offensive line position with 2 trades and a free agent signing. But then the draft came around and you're like, okay, this team could really just load up and maybe start getting some pass rushers, maybe, start working on the defensive side of the ball. And they kind of went out of left field and took the first tight end off the board, which was Colston Loveland, a very good tight end, don't get me wrong. But if you're going to go tight end, you would have thought maybe they went Tyler Warren, not just because, you feel like he's a super difference maker, but for Ben Johnson, who kind of likes to run those trick plays, Tyler Warren is like the ultimate trick play type of guy. Tons of different tricks up his sleeve as far as a tight end goes. Can throw the ball, do it all really. But they do get themselves a very good tight end. Don't think he's just going to be the straight up, starting tight end number 1. But this is Madden. It's either use him or waste him. So I got to start him at number 1. I can't really put him in the slot, or I can't, run 12 personnel when I want. I got to either start the guy or waste him. So simply put, Colston Loveland's going to be our starter. But what I will say about this team is it's far from just an offensive lineman problem. The offensive line last year, the media, the narrative would have made you think that they had the worst line in football. That's not even remotely close to true. They were about middle of the pack in win rate. They had one of the longest times to block. They had like 3 seconds plus on average last year. I don't necessarily fully believe the stats of, time to throw, which calculates snap to pressure / release, because if you look at it, it's almost all mobile quarterbacks. It's like, is it really just a coincidence that all the mobile quarterbacks just have good blocking? I think there might be a little bit of, those mobile quarterbacks moving around, and whoever's tracking these stats isn't really doing their job per se, or unless they have a, AI doing it, whatever. Like outside of Darnold, it's like pretty much all guys that can run, and most of them very fast, like Lamar and, Caleb and Fields and all these guys. So maybe it is coincidence. I don't know. But statistically speaking, this is not the worst offensive line in football at all, by far. Caleb Williams, he's a rookie. We're not going to go too hard on him. Josh Allen was terrible early on in his career. Who knows? As a Packers fan, please don't become the next Josh Allen, if you don't mind. Obviously not really the same builds or play style, but you know what I mean, from start to finish, the glow up. But speaking of Caleb last year, even though the stats look pretty, as a Packers fan, speaking of, with Rodgers, I kind of know these things. They might look good, but it wasn't a good season. Not even close. One of the worst QBRs in the league. One of the lowest average yard guys in the league. Once again, good time to throw. Just not a great season, but once again, he's a rookie. The receivers weren't consistently open, and, there were still plays. And, while the offensive line averages might have been pretty good, there were still some really bad plays where they just completely gave up assignment immediately on a blitz or whatever. Receivers, the self-proclaimed from Bears fans, the best trio in football. Keenan really wasn't that great. Odunze had a bit of a slow start. They got Luther Burden, though, in the second round, and yeah, he's a true slot. He's a really solid number 3 guy, and I would argue that this is probably a better unit than last year, because once again, Keenan wasn't great, and you would assume Odunze is going to be even better this year. DJ Moore is DJ Moore for the most part. Colston Loveland will show you what the ratings are on this class, which I think are pretty fair. Maybe the route running could be a little bit higher, blocking maybe slightly higher as well, but I think it's fair enough. It is what it is. Might change some numbers. I'm not 100% sure if we have all of our numbers where we want them to be, but we move on to the defensive side of the ball, where I'm not going to really talk too much about them because it's not the best, right? I think you had a really good group of DBs. Linebackers, if they've been kind of regressing slowly since they've been signed. Edmonds and Edwards were such a great duo, and I feel like there's been a slide for sure. Pass rush, D-line, definitely not the best. Sweat, once upon a time, looked like that guy. I still think he's the best pass rusher on this team, but that's not necessarily saying much. Grady Jarrett, if he's healthy, obviously he's put in some great work with the Falcons. Gervon Dexter definitely has high potential. Shamar Turner, we have him at star dev because almost every class I used leading up to the draft had him at star, so it makes sense to me. Pretty damn highly rated here, I must say, but I got to give Grady Jarrett a chance to start, so we might be wasting him a little bit. But yeah, talking about corners, very good, even though Kyler Gordon should be a slot instead of a number 2. I'm going to play him at number 2 because he's got the size and it's Madden, all right? Just leave me alone. Hippolyte is going to be starting at linebacker as well because Jimenez is not really an off-ball linebacker, but this is what the team looks like for year 1, and I think in real life and Madden, this is a team that should make the playoffs. I think it should. We'll see if that actually happens or not, but yeah, if I miss anything, let me know in the comment section below. Maybe you're like, you have some more insight. You know, you're a Bears fan following this team pretty well, but yeah, that's my take on what the Bears did last season into this season, how things are going to go. But yeah, also let me know what team we want to see next. I've seen a lot of suggestions. I've seen, Patriots, I've seen Texans, Steelers, a bunch of different teams. Let me know what team you'd like to see next. And while you're down there, maybe leave a like. Subscribe if you're new. We do a ton of franchise stuff on the channel. Oblivion will be tomorrow on the second channel, PKR Plays. Maybe subscribe there. I almost went into like baby voice there for some reason. And then Saturday should be Chupacabra's offseason, I imagine. Either way, let's get into this rebuild where hopefully I don't seem like a homer and make the Bears bad, because I know someone's going to be like, he only did it because he likes this. No, dude. I want our rebuilds to be successful, all right? Also, while I do think it's harsh to just say, oh, Caleb, his rookie season wasn't great, he deserves a drop down in dev, I also don't necessarily think he should still be an X factor in the game, but I mean, if it's going to benefit us, I'm going to let it happen. Also, I can't remember. Did we show Luther Burden's ratings? I don't know. Here you are. Also, another guy that I think could actually be a steal for them. Problem is, he's 24 in Madden, so, I mean, in real life, but in Madden, it's not going to be able to do much with it unless he goes off in real life. Also, I feel like I didn't mention the run game. It was kind of mid. It's just mid. I thought they would have added another higher round back. Maybe Genty was the guy and he was just gone, but I thought they would have done a little bit more at that position. We'll see. Swift, he's a good back still. Improved line even more. I think definitely can help. I get it, but also a little injury concerns. I think they should have done more there. We'll see. Although I do like Roshan Johnson, so maybe they're fine. Oh, we got re-signings. I don't know how many of these guys have long-term contracts like Zimenez. Does he have like a 2-year usually when you're signing someone has an okay history? You're like, you usually get him on a 2-year if they're not like 30 years old, but whether he is or not, he's just not impactful for us, maybe in real life, but not in game. So for anyone that says, hey, just use the playbooks that you're given, well, there's that. 4-13. I actually went halfway through the year and went with the Detroit playbooks on offense because, you got Ben Johnson. I know you have, so like, nothing changed. Went with Ben Johnson's Lions playbook, if you will, and nothing changed. You actually probably lost more games in the end, as I think I changed it to week 9. Maybe it was week 11. I'm not sure. But, yeah, this is why we changed playbooks, because they just dictate the entire game. This is not an offense that should be this bad. Host the Bears. Oh, that's just last week. I was like, we're not in the playoffs, are we? But, yeah. The playbooks just mean so much, and what are you supposed to do with that, This is not a team that should be 4 wins, right? It's a good enough team to win 7, 8, 9, 10 even, yet they didn't. And it's because of the playbooks, simply put. That's the way it is. We went with the Saints defense because, Dennis Allen, but yeah, let's take a look at the numbers. Caleb Williams, 26 touchdowns, 15 picks, 3,700 yards. Not a great year. Rushing, not great, but good touchdowns, I suppose. DJ Moore, Odunze, Colston Loveland. No, not bad, actually. Don't know if that's Rookie of the Year worthy, especially since you have, the real-life guys like Caleb and all them in there as well, but not bad. Luther Burden. I think this might be a Chiefs playbooks type of thing. Like, I hate going to the Chiefs because they're right up there. I think Packers are right up there, too, to be fair. I'd actually argue because you get the rushing numbers that Green Bay's playbook is probably the number one this Madden. But there's not really a better spread-type offense than the Chiefs for getting numbers. And this group of players, I think, is good enough to maybe do the 4-1,000. I really think so. You got 2 superstars, and Luther Burden's a really good slot. So I think we're going to rock Chiefs, or maybe I can try to find a different playbook that's really good spread. I don't think there is one, though. Pass rush was insanely average. Kyler Gordon killed it, though. So did Jalen Johnson. Could get some dev-ups there, especially Kyler Gordon. That'd be massive. Santos was solid. Torrey Taylor was decent. Punter, kick returns, nothing going on there. Don't expect us to win anything, though. I really don't. Maybe, I don't even think Offensive Rookie of the Year. Where is Loveland? He was number 9. Williams at 8. Odunze at 4. J.J. McCarthy starting is number 1. Yeah, this doesn't surprise me at all. It wasn't a great year. Oh! Kyler Gordon, superstar dev, automatically. Lovely stuff. Now that's a dub. That's a nice little win. At least At least we know somebody's going up in dev, even though I don't think anyone else is. Commanders versus Ravens. The winner of this one is the Ravens. Cool to see, the Commanders in there. They should be because they were great last year. Let's take a look at this dev upset. Oh, Loveland. I forgot he had a potential chance because, the yards are up there. Nice dev up for him. He's an 80 overall, which isn't actually as high as I thought it would have been, especially since he's a rookie. We've got like 140 XP sliders, but it's still obviously a really good year one. And, we've got 3+ superstars on the offensive side of the ball, technically 5 if you count the quarterback, who we already knew about, and then obviously the linemen. But, speaking of linemen, even though Jonah Jackson, he's kind of touted as one of the bigger names this offseason, might be a guy we look to replace early. Same with Drew Dahlman. They're obviously not going to peak any higher than that. Odunze 85 overall, DJ Moore at 88. Assuming money's not a problem with, Caleb being super young still, it shouldn't be. This team is in a good spot. Odengbo, anyways, not in bio. 3-year 48, 3-year 51, maybe actually. Guy that we're probably going to look to replace as well. I gave him a chance to start over Booker, even though Booker has way more potential in game, just because he's still pretty young in real life and there's potential there, but it seems like it's not going to happen. Kyler Gordon, though, that is a massive dev up. Superstar development trait. What a guy. We also had Hippolyte with a dev up. Pretty sure that's how you say his name, right? But 73 overall star. Yes, he's 24, but that's fine, right? These are the ratings that I gave him. I actually had to create him, and they're making him a pass rusher. Damn it! I'm going to have to change those ratings a little bit then, because for some reason they made him a pass rusher, even though he had 63 zone coverage. I thought that would have been enough. I guess not. I guess we drop... See, it's tough because finesse, we always know that the finesse upgrades are crazy. So we drop his finesse 14, and then I think putting him at 70 zone, 62 man is fair. I think that's fair. Hopefully that avoids the speed rusher archetype more than anything. I imagine that's going to make him a lower overall than he started. Yeah, 70 overall only. I think that's a fair trade-off to make him a pass coverage guy. I think that's super fair. We lost 3 overalls, so who can complain? Besides us, to be honest. Him, specifically. Got a couple of storylines. Hopefully one of them is DeAndre Swift, because, well, I don't necessarily love him as our number 1 running back. I also don't know what our options are. And there you go. Nice. Like in Madden, to develop like a CPU generated, you pretty much have to draft him in the first or second round. Otherwise, you're pretty much guaranteed to get yourself a normal dev later on. Maybe they're decent overall, but normal dev after year 1, they're not going to win Rookie of the Year probably. They go to a 79 overall, and then by the time it's year 4 or 5, they're finally an 88 overall, and it's a disaster. Whereas Swift right now has got to be 84, 85, maybe even better in a moment. Obviously, Sweat's going to get our offseason workout. He's the only guy that even has a chance to be here, long term. At least in game, once again. When I speak about, after the first intro, once the intro's over, you can pretty much assume 99% of what I'm talking about is the game, the rebuild we're talking about. Some people actually somehow confuse that. I'm not sure how that's possible, but they do. We do have a lot of money, though, $75 million. If there's a pass rusher, that's the route I would definitely go. I'd spend some money on the pass rush. As far as off-ball linebacker goes, Wagner's cool and all, but I just don't have the room for him. I don't want to replace a starter with him. Kobe Dean's pretty cool, but yeah, we have starters. I don't love the longevity of those guys, but they're starters for now, damn it. That's all that matters, and yeah, as kind of expected, edge, not going to be something we're going to be able to fix through free agency. Hey, Rodgers is still here. That'd be kind of cool as a Bear. All right, so we are in the draft with pick number 5 overall. What are we looking at here today? We scouted a bunch of edge rushers. We have D-end, which was our main focus this, off-season, scouting. We have a left end, right end anyways, Garrison Tyson. Looks great. That would be a guy I'd be easily willing to take. We also have a billion left outside linebackers, though, who are also round 1ers. We got a couple of guys in front of them. This is one of the most stacked left outside linebacker rooms I've ever seen. Problem is we had left end / right end. These guys are all great. They're all finesse, mind you, as well. It's finesse. I'd honestly say Stanford's probably my number 1, as you can see, he's like a dual style guy. I honestly want to look at Sweat as well because, man, I really would like to take 2. I'd like to double down, but I think Sweat's good enough, and I think it would cost a lot to get up there. But At the same time, he's a freaking 82 overall, dude. Oof, this is tough. He's getting a lot of money as well. Obviously, a trade down's happened. We're going to trade down to like 11 probably. Maybe not them. Let's go... Who would make sense? Buccaneers? Raiders, maybe? Raiders? A couple of line, edge rushers go. I'm not really too worried. You got so many of them. We'd be pretty unlucky to not get one of these guys. So I'm going to try to probably go to the Raiders. They're going to give us basically nothing. Obviously, I'm going to get a lot more than that because that's just a joke of a trade. Why would they even think that's relatively close? I mean, there's teams that aren't even that far away from them that are offering first-round picks. Kind of BS that we had to trade this much off because the draft picks alone were almost 1-to-1 even. But it is what it is. We trade off a bunch of backup players that we don't really even care about too much anyways. They end up trading for Powell. That was the 6'6" guy, the right outside linebacker that was solid. You could see a bunch of pass rushers are going in a row. Jets go QB. Holcomb was a very good running back. Giants take him. Tyson at 10. That kind of worries me about our chances of Stanford, and it should not because we do still have him there, and I think that is who we're going to take. There's so many linebackers, though, so it just feels like a waste to not just, wait it out, right? It just feels like a waste, but I think Lee Stanford's good enough. Yeah, he looks great. Let's take him. Lee Stanford, please just be hidden. 15 true talent. Yes, hidden dev. 82 speed, 91 excel. A little bit slower than I would have liked, but fair enough. Good pick. And honestly, if these guys fall, which they probably won't, they're already going in a row here. Maybe we trade up, but I don't think there's any left. There might be one more remaining. Yeah, Bryant, who does look good too, but that's a tough trade up. That's a very costly trade up. Looks solid. I think you got to let Sweat just continue to be the starter. And I guess I'm a liar because we're going to move up to the 32 with the Ravens to take that other edge rusher. I didn't think he would fall this far, but he has indeed done so. I didn't even need to do that. He was right in front of our face. Joshua Bryant, I mean, even at normal dev, he's a 73+ overall. So even if he was normal dev, it'd be worth it. But, maybe, and we do get lucky, he's hidden. All right, I'm sorry. Bears fans, if you really like Joshua Sweat, Montez Sweat, I mean, there's a reason to like him. But we are now entering Madden territory where I've got to do what's best to try and win a Super Bowl. And the best thing for this team is to start 2 rookie edge rushers, and hopefully one of them wins Rookie of the Year. And if not, I mean, even then, you get the most XP from just starting. So it makes sense. Got 2 safeties there. Definitely could use another safety as well. I like the safeties falling to the end of the second. I think we can turn this into a third-round pick, perhaps, like here with the Seahawks. Not even going to look at the other trades. I really like that. I know it's a next year third, but that's fine. As long as I'm getting some sort of third-round pick. As long as it says third-round pick, I'm down. And then, of course, with that, you do see both safeties there, which I didn't think you would. It seems like Foster is by far the better player, so Dak Foster, maybe a little raw, all that athleticism, he's going to be our guy. Might even be our starter automatically, especially if he's hidden. If this guy's 91 speed, 89 XL, the other guy must have been 87, 88. I don't care as much for safety speed as, a lot of times we do see the higher the dev is, the slower the player, but I'm still going to, go for it if I can. I think with this next pick, even though linebacker's somewhat of a need, I think it's going to be offensive lineman, maybe replacing our right guard. Once again, I know it. Jonah Jackson's a guy that might actually be really good for the Bears for, a couple of years. But, again, in Madden, that's just not going to be the case. We're going to take one of these linemen, maybe even end up with both of them. It's going to be hard to pass on Collins, but I do trust the pass block guys first and foremost. So Connor Winter is going to be the choice. 59 true, another hidden. Now, if anyone was going to be hidden, the lineman would be the guy I'd believe in the most. We move on to 13. I really want that DT if he's still there. He's got an A finesse. We see those types do well all the time, but at the very same time, we do still have Grady Jarrett. We have Turner we didn't use, and Jervon Dexter has blown up very quickly. I don't know. I don't know if I can really replace any of those guys. Our lineman, the other lineman's gone. Do we actually go linebacker? I mean, it seems a little excessive, a little early. Unless we're actually going to replace someone. I don't think so. I think you do go DT. I think if the guy's hidden, he has worked his way as a starter somehow. I don't know how that works, but I think so. 101 true. And he's not, so completely wasted pick. You got some depth there, though, I suppose. And then if that tight end's still there, I might make a trade up, because even though we have all the tight ends in the world, This is another one of those like can't miss type of guys. Greg Harris, 6'5", 21 with very good speed. That's a 73 overall star, I think. I really do. Although we do have some running backs too. It's tough. I like Canty a lot, even though he's a little bit on the slower side. I think I'm going to go until Hines or Canty is the last one, and that's where we're going to go. As much as that tight end is cool, there is no use for him. There really just isn't. Trade a 6 and a 7 plus a 6 2 years from now to move up to the Raiders. Canty went to the Jets, meaning we're going to, I believe, take Hines. Do have Leonard as well, but I think Hines is a little bit better. He's a power back. Not the fastest guy in the world, but fast enough. He's got a good stiff arm, good break tackle. This guy looks good. This is a gem for sure. 26 true. Unfortunately normal, but definitely a gem as expected. Draft recap time. What are we looking at? 75, 75, 75, 72, 70, 74. Not bad. Not bad. DT was definitely a wasted pick. Probably should have went with some sort of linebacker. But Lee Stanford, it doesn't really matter where any of them start, but obviously they're going to start. Both of those edge rushers are starting. 2 first-rounders. What are we, the Atlanta Falcons? Obviously didn't cost us nearly as much. But Lee Stanford, superstar depth. So we made the right call, it seems. Don't know what number I want him to wear. 91, sure. Why the hell not? Then we have Joshua Bryant. Now, hear me out. All right. If I end up using a number retired by the Bears, don't yell at me because they have so many damn Hall of Famers, the most of all time. It's going to be hard for me to remember who is damn retired or not. Okay? So please stop. Let me live. 95 for Joshua Bryant. Why not? Then we have Dak Foster, who is going to be our starting free safety. I don't even know if Byard's still here. Very raw zone coverage. Bit higher of an overall than I would have thought, considering the coverage ratings are that bad. But starting free safety. Superstar Dev. Okay, it's going to be hard to be beat, but I was about to say, got to compare him to that slower guy that we passed on. Connor Winter, very good pass blocking, maybe even a tackle in the future. Who knows? But for right now, I think he'll be our right guard. If this guy's superstar, that'd be crazy. I was about to say, we've actually had a couple of superstars here, which is pretty nice. Running back Antonio Hines, or Antoine Hines, I should say. Very good power back. Kind of want to see what Canty was like, because if this guy's 90 speed, 92 excel, Canty's probably like 88 speed, 89 excel, something around that. Cornerback, 1, first player in the draft taken, an 81 overall. It's pretty good. Running back, 83. Okay, so Holcomb was, he's normal only, though. But Holcomb was very good. I expected to be decent, not that decent, though. It's kind of insane. I want to see the safety. Was it Richards? I think it was Richards. 89 speed. He's actually not that bad. We did make the right call, though. He's more NFL ready, but not hidden depth. So that's all that matters to me, to be honest. Was there any other players? I don't think. I guess the running backs, like we said. Where was Candy? It was a 6th rounder, right? Or was it a 5th? Maybe it was a 5th. There he is. A 78 overall. Okay, thankfully only normal dev. Faster than I would have thought, too. This guy's good. Damn, those 2 running backs are very good, actually. Damn. Here is the roster. Swift is a little bit better than I thought. But for year 2, Swift's an 88 overall, man. Okay, I can get behind this. Obviously, it helps when you get that offseason. 3 to truck, 3 to juke move, 5 to bowl carry vision, another 6,000 XP to give yourself another upgrade. 88 overall. It'd be nice to get him to superstar dev, but unless we go, Packer scheme, one of the running back heavy schemes, I don't think that's going to happen. But at 26 years old, like I said, I can get behind developing DeAndre Swift. Problem is, DJ Moore, he's going to start regressing soon, right? He's 28 years old and a wide receiver, so yeah, we'll see. This team is hopefully going to peak just quick enough. Maybe the end of this season into next season. I like our odds. Luther Burden, 79 overall. Colston Loveland, 80 overall. Defensive line, we got both rookie edge rushers starting. Sweat's going to be the backup, so he will get some snaps. But yeah, we got to develop these 2 edge rushers, especially since they're both hidden depth and they're rookies. So, I mean, these guys could both be 82 overall, at least 80 plus by the end of the year. So we'll see. 85 overall to start the year. I mean, once again, the hope is always the playoffs. Don't know exactly what scheme I'm going to run just yet, but it can't be what we just ran. It just did not work. You know what? I don't care. I am going to rock the Chiefs. You got the very good amount. Like, not just 1 or 2 good receivers. You got like 4 to 5 good receivers on this team. You got the shifty, speedy type running back like Pacheco. You got Caleb Williams. There was some comps to Mahomes. I mean, they even have Joe Tooney, dude. Like, Joe Tooney's now on the team. If there's any team that deserves to be the Chiefs scheme in game, it would be the Bears. It fits the most. them and like maybe the Packers, because you got the good tight end. Maybe not obviously Travis Kelce level, and then you got a lot of like spread options. Like you don't know who the number one is, situation. So I don't care. Debate a wall. Honestly, for like Chiefs playbook, speaking of, we've pretty much never used them this year. We've used them a couple of times, but it's been, if anything, Green Bay heavy. Not having a great year, but we're doing okay for ourselves. Brisker, Gordon, even Braxton Jones, I think I'll get a contract. I think we're going to move on from Edwards. Maybe we give him a 1 year, but we're going to have to save some money somewhere because people are going to start needing some contracts, like a Dunze, then, the real-life rookies, and Caleb's not too far behind at that point. But, yeah, we got to pay Kyler Gordon. This is the first time in a long time, I feel, that we have kind of had a struggle to get Kyler Gordon. That wasn't that bad, but as far as his ask goes, let's do a 3-year. I think that's one of the highest we've ever seen him, right? But even though it shows red, they actually weren't contesting it too much, no? Let's see how Braxton's actually played, because, dang it, was it him that was struggling, or was it Wright? It might have been him. It was definitely him. So he is really struggling. But at the same time, it's not his fault. It's just EA Sim. $61 million left. We probably could and probably will pay Edwards. What is his ask? So nothing's going to change there. If it was like win rate, because we're doing okay right now, I'd sign him now. But I don't think any of that's going to change by the end of the season, so we're fine. Oh, well. The Chiefs playbook's too OP, huh? It must be too strong. We went 7-10. All right, we went 7-10. I don't want to hear it. Yeah, Caleb Williams had a great year. Oh, big deal. We went 7-10 with the Chiefs offense. I don't want to hear about how OP it is. EA truly hates the Bears. It is crazy. Like, I'm a Packers fan, and I don't hate them as much as the Bears do. The EA does. It's crazy. Like, EA just does not like them. Caleb Williams, 47, 800 yards, 41 touchdowns, 20 picks. The picks are a bit high, but those are like MVP numbers. Just the picks are a bit high. Swift, yards per carry is great. Touchdowns great. It's just because of the Chiefs scheme, you're not going to get that kind of, yardage, the attempts from the running back. DJ Moore was amazing. That's an X factor. Hopefully. Loveland, amazing. Hopefully X factor as well. Burden, maybe superstar, probably not. Odunze, definitely not X factor. O-line, Braxton Jones picked it up a little bit from 7-10 after like a half a season. Not bad. Pass rush rookies aren't going to play well. Say that, but 8.5 and 6.5 is, at least 8.5 wise, is better than Sweat did the year before. Turner was decent. Dexter was pretty disappointing. Edmonds was great. Everyone else pretty average. Santos was pretty damn good. Taylor a lot better. Kick return, punt return game, not a whole lot going on there. Could have won some awards, maybe. Rookie of the year, hopefully. What did we get? Where was MVP, actually? Caleb at 20. Yeah, those picks are just too much. No Rookie of the Year on offense. No Rookie of the Year on defense. We thought we were going to double up 1 and 2, but no, it was actually the Rams who do that. Wow. That's kind of unfortunate. Best QB at number 8. Best running back number 5. Best wide receiver at number 7. Best O-line, no. Best D-line at number 9. Best linebacker at number 8. Best DB, no. Best kicker at number 4. So, pretty disappointing year, to be honest. We might have like 2 dev-ups if we're very lucky. Jaguars versus the Buccaneers. I mean, I guess technically they both win in a way, no matter what. We have the Jaguars cooking. That's probably better than we did in our Jaguars rebuild, no? Year 2? Or maybe we did, I don't know. But Loveland goes to X Factor. DJ Moore does not go to X Factor, though, unfortunately. Swift star still, which doesn't really surprise us. But Loveland, an 88 overall X Factor. That's what I'm talking about. I don't know how old he is in real life. I just kept the ages the same because every rebuild they do, everything's the same, Really good route running now. Running blocking is getting better. Catching's obviously good. He's already a really good tight end. I didn't know what the number was, but probably in the top 15 minimum, top 10 across the board. And as far as dev-ups go, we had none. We didn't have a single dev-up across the board. Not a linebacker. I thought maybe Edmonds, right? That would have been fair. 100-plus tackles, 4 interceptions. Had a couple of sacks, I think, but nope. Not even Edmonds. Very disappointing. So linebacker's definitely going to be on our list. Really, honestly, 3 linebackers, arguably. And then cornerback, I think, is perfectly fine with Kyler Gordon just taking over. Need some dev-ups for some of these guys getting up there in age. Like Edmonds getting a superstar would be clutch. He'd probably be, middle linebacker 1 or at least one of the linebacker positions ones for the rest of this rebuild, but not going to happen if he's still normal. And believe it or not, I'm actually going to go DJ Moore here because he is 29 now, and that regression is going to start hitting. We need to get him as high of an overall as physically possible. 82 mil, we talked about Edwards. You know, it'd be a pretty high chance that we keep him. 1 year 13, I think it easily gets it done. And no, it doesn't. I am genuinely shocked by that. Wow, okay, I guess he's gone. Might still try to get him back in free agency because 84 overall is really good. And then Darnell Wright, I actually am going to do this 5th year. I think when he needs an actual long-term contract, we're going to have to let him go. So get 1 more year out of him while we try to build up the rest of the roster, maybe pick up a couple of lineman backups. But $82 million, I'm not really sure if there's anything we could use here that would be like super worth it for us. Obviously, Leo Chanel's great, but that's too expensive in my opinion. Edwards, no one wants him, so I mean, we could still just do that 1 year deal. I'm still going to give him the 13. I think it's kind of rude of him to decline our offer, but, you know, if he comes back on the 1 year 13, no harm, no foul. As far as the rest of the positions go, we could, once again, slightly improve O-line, but it didn't seem to me that there was anyone that was really even better than our guys for the most part, so probably going to be passing on that as well. It's going to be more draft and develop for this Chicago Bears team. See if we at least get Edwards back, which we do. All right, we're in the draft. We have pick 11. The problem is we're not a team that needs pick 11, so I'm not exactly sure what the hell we're going to draft here. A tight end. How about that? He's actually really insane looking, but yeah, obviously just not a position of need. Defensive tackle. We have a bunch of defensive tackles that we're looking at. This guy's actually not bad, but not pick 11 worthy, obviously. I'm not really sure what to do here because a lot of our guys are all 1 to 2, so what I do? Sean Waters, I had on my list. I actually scouted this guy before recent. I use him on my focus scout. I put, was it 2 defense? No, it was a tackle. It was 2 tackles who turned out to be horrible, and then that corner. And yeah, that corner. I mean, I don't need a corner, but I don't need really anything necessarily. Future-proof linebacker. We could use a linebacker, I guess, but also don't love the DTs here. Fitzpatrick. I think I'm going to move to 22 here. Maybe take Waters at 22 if he's still there, and then use that second-round pick or whatever we're going to get. Ooh, that's a decent trade, too. It's 2 years from now, first round, though. That's a little like, yeah, maybe I don't want to do that, but there's some pretty good offers in here. Some pretty good offers indeed. Like I said, 22 is my spot, I think. Waters would be great. If not, I can live with it. As long as I get good value. We trade Terrell Smith and Jonah Jackson with pick 11 to get a first, second, and third from the Panthers, ascending down from pick 21, or I guess the equivalency of pick 21 each time. You know, I'd move down here because Waters is great and all, I think, but does he matter that much? Probably not, right? He's like corner 3, corner 4 on this team. Maybe it allows us to move Kyler Gordon back to 3. I don't know. Sean Waters, be hidden, please. 6 true. Yeah, the higher the true, the lower the dev, unfortunately. And then, of course, 1 pick before us, Fitzpatrick goes, our defensive tackle, which, you know, that I'm really thinking about. We're really screwed here. We're going to pretty much have to go Truman. I'm not really loving the way Turner's developed. These are the types of sleepers that could be hidden, though. These are the types of guy that I believe in hidden. And I'm wrong. Normal dev. So 1 pick before me. Tell me Fitzpatrick's also normal dev. That's all I care about. If he's at least normal dev, out of spite, I can live with it. I'm going to take the Commander's trade to go to 72, which I think I can land a lineman or a linebacker or whatever is there I can land. I'm not too worried about it. Get a couple of third rounds in there. We got 4 of them this round, which is nice. Mitchell's going to be our guy. I think he'll be a future center for us. Hopefully he's hidden. True talent 8. I'm telling you, I don't get it. The higher the true talent, the lower the dev. Like, you want someone in the 1 to 2 or later. You just don't want top 5. You don't want round 1. You don't want those things in your life. I'm telling you. I'm truly telling you these things just because I care. I just don't believe in the higher round guys. I don't. Top 5 you have to. Because, you know, you're getting a high overall, at least that's guaranteed. Whereas round 1, you might be getting a guy that's only 1 overall higher than a guy that's, you know, higher dev. And it's completely random, right? Like, we could just get low overall, low dev. But it just seems like there's a trend. We're going to go James McClendon, 2 to 3, 56 true talent. And like we've seen there, you know, second and third round, normal dev anyways. So it's It's not an exact science. It's just, in my experience, that's just the way it's gone. I gotta say, though, this draft has been very unfortunate. Like, this draft has been devastating. We're going to go with Dwight Hall. I mean, I don't even think he's that great either, but 52 true. Hidden dev. We got a hidden dev. We're on the board. We're going to go DeBose. Very athletic outside linebacker. I'd be shocked if he's hidden. 95 true. And color me shocked. I said it. Hidden development trade. Okay. About damn time we get an off-ball linebacker, outside linebacker that's hidden development trade. We're kind of struggling with that. I don't even think there's going to be anyone here for us to take. I guess you take one of these taller corners just because the value's there. But even then, once again, you don't need them. You really don't. I mean, Rudolph looks the better, and I'm pretty sure they're both slow, but Rudolph's a little bit faster. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was Coles that was faster. 6'5" Coles. Why not? 92 true. Not superstar development trait. I mean, if Rudolph's still there, I'm going to just take him as well. We have extra draft picks. We're going to solidify corner for literally forever. Basically forever. Rudolph, 83 true. Also normal, though. Wow, okay, we suck. We get a third-round pick from the Cardinals, trading off all of this quantity. I don't know how they've been playing, but it seems pick 2 overall. I mean, I'm down for basically a late second. I mean, it is a lot of quantity, to be fair. You're getting a lot if you're trying to build up a roster, but yeah, that's not something I'll be doing, I'll tell you that. Take a look at that draft recap, how we living. 77 overall for the corner. He's normal dev, same with that center, but they are very high overalls, so understandable. Sean Waters, 81 man, 75 zone. What do you do with that? I guess you play him at 3 for now. Maybe he has a dev, puts number 2, all that good stuff. Truman, super disappointed in here. Silas Truman, not a great player either. Just this is going to be a wasted pick, super depth piece. That's about it. Wasted draft pick, unfortunately. Then corner, 77 overall, or center anyways, not corner. I'm going to try to find a way to start this guy over Drew Dahlman. I just don't know if it's going to happen. He should start even if he's normal. There's potential there. McClendon, backup middle linebacker for now. Yes, he could develop because, all linebackers have a good chance at, rookie of the year. But at that point, why wouldn't I take and start Dylan DeBose? I mean, he probably will actually start over Hippolytes. He had a, a glow-up moment early, but that fizzled out very quickly, as expected, to be fair, since he is, a little bit of an older, lower overall guy. Kind of mid-corners. There's somebody we're going to draft over another, and we didn't. Oh, yeah, we want to look at the Raiders. We want to see Fitzpatrick. This is going to piss me off, though. 74 overall. I knew it, dude. I just knew it was going to piss me off. One pick before us. Please only be star. Okay, I can live with it a little bit, but that still does suck because we're back to the drawing board at DT. It is season 3, my dudes. Offensive line is not progressing where I'd like it to, but we got a rookie backup, Wall, who's got potential. We got a rookie backup, Mitchell, who's not bad, but Drew Dahlman's just a little bit. How has he played? How has he? If he's given up a lot of sacks, then he hasn't. So he's going to have to start. 81 overall is not bad, even though his longevity doesn't seem to be as good as Mitchell's. Wide receivers, tight end, running back, quarterback, it's all great. 89 overall. Defense is looking a little bit better, right? The edge is solid. DT1's great. Turner's going to get the start again. He's got potential still, I think, as a DT2. Corners are great. Safeties are solid. We talked about the linebackers. Not bad. This is a playoff team, and we have just not even come close. Again, can someone explain to me why we're not dominating the league right now? Drew Von Dexter, about $20 million per. I can do a 5-year 105 and feel good about it. He's 87 overall. I don't know how, but he is. 3-year for Swift, easy clap, $94 million. I'd do a 2-year easily for Edmonds at this evaluation. He takes it, $84 million left. Stevenson, no. Dahlman, I don't know, dude. I'll do a 2-year 18, and that's about it. I almost said 2-year 10. Odengbo, Odengbo, it is a 3-year deal, actually, so he would be gone after this season. Tooney, I don't know what that contract is like in real life, but 2-year 42, I'm down. Usually he retires at freaking 34, though. That's the problem. Edwards, we'll see. As of right now, it's a yes. If he regresses real hard, maybe it's a no. $55 million. Oh, my God. I didn't even think about it. Yeah, Drew Dahlman's gone because we got to pay Odunze and Caleb Williams. That's bad. Okay, so we're going to take that money back when we can. Really iffy start, but a solid finish to the year, and we go 12-5, 8-9 to the Cowboys. Of course, we have to take on the freaking Cowboys, who are 8-9. We were the number 2 seed because the Buccaneers decided to go 13-4. You have the Eagles missing the playoffs, the Lions missing the playoffs, the Vikings missing the playoffs, the Rams and Niners missing the playoffs. I don't want to call this a Mickey Mouse, playoff landscape for the NFC, but man, it's not the toughest, right? You have Dallas, us because we have the Chiefs scheme, and then the Packers. Every other team I don't worry too much about. I really don't. Let's take a look at the win-loss, though, real quick from this Bears team. Once again, really iffy start. I think we're like 5-5, and then just a bunch of wins at the end. We won 7 in a row, leading us to a 12-5, second best in the NFC finish, not start. And now we look at the numbers where Caleb Williams got those interceptions down. 39 touchdowns, 7 picks, 4,500 yards. Attempts, great. Long of 90. 70% completion percentage is crazy. Swift over 1,000 yards, over 4 yards per carry, 13 touchdowns. Moore hopefully goes to X Factor. Loveland was great again. Odunze was solid. Burden was decent for number 3. O-line was actually pretty tough. 25 sacks for the tackles. The interior allowed another 20, or 18, I should say. A lot of sacks allowed for this offensive line. Pass rush, though, improvements. The edge. Sweat started over Bryant. Sweat had a great year, though, so I ain't even going to complain. But him and Bryant kind of rotated, which I don't necessarily care, I guess, as long as we win games. But that kind of sucks. Jalen Johnson with 5 picks. Great year for him. Could be an X factor. Santos missed 2 kicks out of 16. 1 was blocked. Taylor was great again. Might actually have ourselves a couple of award wins where usually we're just seeing nothing. Number 3 for Caleb Williams on MVP, which is nice. As far as rookie awards go, DeBose, the linebacker, superstar dev. Caleb Williams, best QB. Best running back, number 8. Best wide receiver, number 2. O-line, Mitchell. It's really not fair, but I'm going to allow it. We don't take away devs for players that don't deserve it when they're not on our team, so why would I take it away when they're on our team? Stanford, the best, 4th best D lineman, and then Turner at number 10. Where the hell's Sweat? Stanford's at 4, but Sweat's not even in the list, despite having 10 sacks and playing a significantly less amount of snaps. I guess so. Jalen Johnson, number 3. Kicker, number 4. In the playoffs, but it's the Cowboys, so it could end immediately. Let's find out. We're higher overall, so we deserve to be here just as much as anybody. End of the game. Dallas starts out with 7. I mean, they're on the road in snowy conditions, and they're absolutely destroying us. But here we are, climbing right back. It's a 3-point game, 10-point game again after the second half score. We're down by 3. Dallas gets a touchdown. We get a touchdown. It's a real close back-and-forth game now. Them 2nd and 18, they convert. That's a GG. You aren't winning the game. If you're giving up a 2nd and 16 drive or a 3rd and 16 and Caleb throws a pick, yeah. I mean, I knew it was going to happen. It's the Dallas Cowboys. Yay. Loves them. Once again, we talked about it every once in a while. It would not surprise me if Jerry Jones slips a couple $100,000 into EA's pocket to make the Cowboys good every year in game. It is genuinely baffling how the Cowboys are year in and year out one of the best sim-performing teams in Madden. It doesn't matter who they gain, doesn't matter who they lose, doesn't matter what their playbooks are. It's always the Cowboys are one of the better teams every single time. You can't tell me that's just coincidence. It's just not. We threw 2 picks, we miss a kick. I mean, it's like we're the home team. Like, we're the ones that play in Dallas, and they're the ones that play in the snow. Like, they go 8-9, and they freaking win. They beat us. It's insane, as the Seahawks go to the freaking Super Bowl, apparently. Going against the Chiefs, heading on to year 4. And finally make the playoffs after two failed seasons. Seahawks win it all, and then we just get completely destroyed first game against the Cowboys. It's unfortunate. DevUps for DJ Moore, and that's it. Oh, I guess Mitchell technically as well. Good thing Mitchell got the DevUp because he is going to start. I think even if he didn't get the DevUp, he was going to start because we need to save every dime we can because, of course, we got some players to pay. DeBose is a superstar. No DevUp for Johnson, unfortunately. No DevUp for like Brisker, Edwards, any of those guys, unfortunately. Turner's an 82 overall now, which is nice. Sweat, he's an 83 overall, but obviously he should be off the team. right? He's just too expensive. We don't need him. I'm going to actually see if we can get rid of him because, we're technically a year ahead. $83 million, though, so we do have a decent bit. I would say obviously fifth-year option for Caleb, but there's no point. He's going to ask for like 60-something anyways, so why would I do that fifth-year option? It's just not worth our time. It's not worth our money. It's going to be a tough one to re-sign. If we're going to sign anybody in free agency, it's going to be the one-year deals only. That's all we can afford, as once again, we're headed to year 4 as one of the best teams in the league, and we have not won a playoff game yet. This could be a failed rebuild. Not that it would be our faults. I mean, there's not really much we can do about it. It's just, again, EA's got their preferences, and we're just not one of those teams. And believe it or not, we actually get Linderbaum on a 1-year 15. I'm not sure what we're going to do with Mitchell now, but it's cool, I suppose. All right, pick 22. What do we need? Linebacker is definitely a need, but that's something you don't need to go in the first round for. Oh! That Lowry safety actually looked pretty good, and he's still there. Roy Lowry, 6'3", 21 years old, A-tackle, C-man coverage, C-zone coverage. He's a little slower than I thought he was going to be. I could have sworn the left side said good speed, not solid. So that might actually throw me off just enough to not take him. At first, I was like, yeah, he's actually pretty good. Yeah, I'm probably going to pass on Lowry. I'm going to end up regretting it. I just know it. But, yeah, he doesn't... that left side not being good speed worries me. It worries me. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to trade this down. We always do it. What do you expect in anything different? Do you maybe even take a first round next year from a team just because you're like, oh, what is this? This is a nice trade. You take a first round from a next year team because you're like, okay, maybe we're going to be missing something and we'll have all the ammo to do it. Lowry goes to the Bengals, so we'll definitely have to take a look at that for sure. I want to see if we made the right call or not. My guess is normal dev 76 overall, which is not bad. It's just if I'm going to get a guy for the future, because this would be a safety pick for the future, I need them to be hidden dev. And I just don't believe that guy's going to be hidden. I just don't see it. Niners first round pick. Why would I give them a first round now for their first round in the future and a 7th round pick? Like, that's just stupid. I don't care if we're all like, yeah, well, realistically speaking, this is more realistic, right? The Colts, I'll take this. I'll take that offer. First and a third, why not? I don't need anything right now anyways. Seeming like we'll probably have at least 5 years, so maybe we go crazy on the unrealistic trade and just make a crazy trade up or a trade away. We didn't grab that freaking top 5 guard, by the way. I don't know why I let that one slip my mind, but I did. Safety, speaking of, not the fastest safety in the world, 4.51, but he has a B zone coverage, so I'm willing. Tevin Mooney. Wait, it's a 4.44. 46 true, normal dev anyways. What a pick. We do need a linebacker pretty bad. I do like Earl Phillips a lot, but I think linebacker is the biggest need prior. We could probably wait on. So, yeah, we'll go Phillips, and we'll trade up for linebacker. Earl Phillips, 23 true. Hidden dev. We love the hidden dev 6.5ers. They're goated. We trade a 5th and a 6th to move up from 85 with the Vikings. I think it's a pretty damn good trade for both sides. We'll end up taking a linebacker with this, and if the guy's not hidden, we might end up taking Franklin as well. I definitely like Pryor a lot more, way more athletic. These are the types of guys I usually have pretty good luck with hiddenness-wise. 73 is worrisome. But nope, he is hidden. There you go. There's your starter to replace Edwards. And then with that, we're going to move to the next pick because we do have a day 3 lineman, so I don't really need to worry about any of the non-day 3ers. Although we do see Matthew Nelson still there, so we're going to take Matthew Nelson. Or we're probably going to take the day 3 as well with a trade up. 70 true, hidden dev, got the future proofed at pretty much every offensive lineman position. 6 and a 7 to finish the draft class off with the Rams trade. And that selection will be the lineman Brian Samuels. 6'5", 21 years old, looks pretty damn good. 79 true, also hidden. Here's the draft recap. What are we looking at? 74, 75, 72, 72, 71. It's not the greatest of overalls, but they're all right. Tevin Mooney, that's a good safety. It's just unfortunately normal dev. We got to take a look at Lowry, see if we made a mistake. Remember, we did get a 1st and a 3rd next year, so you have to factor that in with this already pretty good draft class. I don't know where Phillips is going to be playing left tackle, one of the tackle spots, I imagine, in the future. Star development trade. Gives us some options, assuming we can't afford everybody, which I really don't think we can. Josh Pryor, another guy. I think this is left out we need, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, we'll fix it if not needed, if we need to. But 13, let's do 42. Dev, superstar. There you go. Okay, we got a superstar linebacker. Well, actually a 2nd superstar linebacker. First one drafted, I suppose. Nelson, another guy that we're going to be playing at tackle. Raw run blocking, but great finesse blocking in general for pass block. Build first tackle makes sense. We got all the linemen we'll ever need. I ain't worried about it. And then this guy does fit, even though he's a little bit taller, as a pure center. So we'll take a look at his dev, but we're not going to move him around. We'll just move someone else around if we need to. Dev of Stardev. Let's take a look at that safety. He went to the Bengals. Actually, he's right here. Oh, 98 hit power, 89 pursuit. Oh, no. We have made a mistake. Dev? Oh, no. Wow. Okay, yeah, so we draft pretty well. We usually draft pretty well. That, however, is not an example of us doing that. And here we are for season number 4, the magical season usually for us in rebuilds. Not always, but usually. Have a feeling, though, it might not be this time. I think we're still at least a season away, especially with his defensive line, especially the edge, if you will. But this is a team, yet again, year in and year out, at least for the last 2 seasons now, that should be one of the best in the league. It should be guaranteed a playoff spot. Should honestly be guaranteed a win or 2. Let's see if that can happen, though. So we're treading failed rebuild status as we are just not winning games. Simply put, we're just not winning games. Caleb Williams wants $61 million per, and that's not enough. Lovely stuff. Loveland could be a cap casualty. That is an expensive price tag for a tight end. I can't lie. Odunze, easy money. Anyone else? Johnson, that's a 2-year deal. Don't know why. I mean, I guess I know why everyone's a red interest. We're not winning games, but I wish they weren't. Luther Burden, he's a wide receiver. He's a slot wide receiver, mind you. Maybe I don't spend that money on him. Turner's actually kind of developed into a decent starter, so we'll do that. 4-year 60, doesn't want it. Lovely. Cole Kmet's gone. Braxton Jones gone. I mean, we're actually not in a terrible spot. Who we have to pay next? Stanford and Bryant already, dude. Sounds like a freaking school. Very close to one, at least. How much are we asking for here with Loveland? $20 million per year. I mean, even that might not be enough. This 4-year 80 is probably not enough. It is enough. Great. I spent $20 million per on a damn tight end. Oh, Lord. Whatever. Luther Burden, we're paying everybody. Everybody gets a contract. 4-year 44. $31 million left. We got to up Turner, up Caleb, lose one of the edge rushers because we're broke. I don't get it. I just don't get, it's rebuilds like these where you just have to assume that there's something in the background that's saying it's the Chicago Bears. They're not a team we're really confident are going to be a playoff team. We got to make them bad while making our usual teams like the Cowboys good. But then you also have teams like the Eagles who are honestly 50-50 half the time when they should be pretty much guaranteed to be good every year. You know, I think I'm honestly giving them too much credit. I think I'm giving EA too much credit to put that in the behind the scenes. I think the game just sucks. I think the sim is just bad. So it doesn't really matter what your players are like. And even sometimes the playbooks, it's just completely randomized at times. We went 6-11 in the weaker conference and in a division that had 3 teams with 6 wins or less. So it's not even like real life where, okay, the NFC North is pretty good this nowadays, it seems. The NFC North was bad. So, we're a 94 overall roster missing the playoffs by several games. We're not, 8-9, 9-8. We're freaking 6-11 as the best team in the entire league. Rolling the Chiefs playbook didn't work. Went with the Packers playbook didn't work. I don't know what to tell you. It's just, I do like the variety of, right? Okay, well, it's year 3 or year 4. It's about time for him to win a Super Bowl. We haven't seen this one before. But at the same time, it's a 94 overall team. It's okay, then what do we do? How do I rectify this situation? Make the scouting tougher. Make the whatever tougher. But don't just give us losses for no reason. I don't get that. But teams also, they're just not playing well, I guess. I don't know what to tell you about that. Decent playbooks, good players, not playing well. My hands are tied. That's all I can say about that. But we will do a 5th season. Obviously, we ended up getting Defensive Rookie of the Year, which is cool. We also got, what else was that? O-line of the Year, Mitchell. I don't think he can go up again. The guy's goated, though. Maybe it was worthy that he got that dev up because he won it as a starter this time. So he earned it. Problem is, I don't think they let you double up, which is stupid. I don't understand why. You won the award. You aren't all of a sudden not the best, right? Lions versus the Bengals. Detroit Lions winning the first Super Bowl or what? What's the story? They are not. The Bengals are going to win that one. So we'll see if Mitchell goes up. I'm pretty sure he's going to be star dev, though, which he is unfortunate. Oh, no, he was the backup again. I forgot. We got Linderbaum. I don't know why him, of all people, is getting the award versus other guys, but sure. DJ Moore was already X Factor, right? Pretty sure. Pretty sure he was. Still looking good, though, for 31, 32, whatever the hell he was, 30, 31. Burden's a superstar. Swift still star development trade. He regressed a bit, too. I mean, this is the peak of the... I mean, it's not the peak of the team because we're actually about to lose some players, some linemen and whatnot. We got Caleb back, but we have $30 million, and we're losing Linderbaum and Darnell Wright. So the team is getting worse, and Braxton Jones. So the team is getting worse, without a doubt. DeBose goes to X Factor, which is pretty cool. No other dev ups are gained. I mean, I guess we're just going to hope. We're just going to hope that somehow, as we get worse, we're somehow better. I suppose. I don't know what the logic is there, but that's all I've got for you. From EA's standpoint, that's what they're telling me to believe in here. $40 million, we can pay maybe one guy if your option's not worth it for Stanford at that price. Bryant is, I think, at 20 mil. And everyone else is gone, unfortunately. So, yeah, bad things are afoot. We'll take a look at free agency, go into the draft where, I don't know, we have extra first-round picks. We're going to just future-proof. New storyline. Who cares? Who genuinely cares? Jahmyr Gibbs, a free agent. He's also only a star here. What's going on? Did I load up the wrong file? I don't think I did. I don't know why he's only star dev, though. Or is he only star dev normally? No, he is superstar, isn't he? Kenny's a free agent, which is cool, but $16 million per is meh. Jacobs, so Green Bay is just screwed. Brian Thomas Jr. This is a really good free agent group. Like, we've seen some good ones. Usually we see it at this point in time, but not this level. Like, this is ridiculous. This is better than we normally ever see. Like, we usually see some pretty good players in the final year, but this is even better than that. But it's all irrelevant because we really can't afford anybody. Some reason the audio just wasn't recording, but since we drafted a bunch of players that are basically backups anyways, I'm just going to show you the draft recap instead of going through all that other stuff. We landed some pretty decent players. Polite, obviously, a top 5 true talent. We saw it. We called it out as it happened. Normal dev. No one is surprised one bit by him. Then we had a lineman, Derek Stanley, a round oneer who I said, if he's not hidden development trade, we're not doing the high true talents ever again unless they're top 5. He did happen to be hidden. He kind of saved it for a little bit. It gave us 3 or 4 more to be able to pull that off. Quarterback, the guy was a top 5 regular draft pick. Looks pretty damn good. Definitely worth the pick, but is normal development trade, is a guy that we'll pretty much never use. Tevin Brewer, another safety with a hidden dev. Actually been kind of cooking up with some of the safeties lately. Completely sold on Lowry for sure, but that's beside the point. We don't know what that name is. Who are you talking about? Look how quick we got to number 31. Sorry, Adrian Amos. It's been a while. You've been off the team for a while. You joined those filthy Packers. We don't like you anymore. Although, as a Packers fan, kind of cool to have Amos for a little while. Had that pick against the Bears. It felt good. All right. It's just how the game goes, you know. For Bears fans' sake, glad that Urlacher didn't become a Packer. As a Packers fan's sake, who, you know, selfishly liked Urlacher, damn you, Urlacher, for not joining the Packers, okay? But at the same time, it'd be like if Donald Driver joined the Bears. I'd feel real bad about it. Either way, draft and yap is over. Here is the roster of the final season. I saw Josh Jacobs, a free agent, just sitting there for, I think, $6 million on the year. I don't know, but he looks good. He's a 90 overall. He's an X Factor. We're rocking the Green Bay scheme this year. Why wouldn't I? The offense is insane. Should not be a problem. The defense, there's some things to improve, right? The D-line, you got to write down, is only 85 overall. DT2 is only 85. Linebackers could use some work. But across the board, there's not a team as complete as we are. And that's, once again, without really making the playoffs, let alone winning playoff games. $51 million, this is where we were. What the hell? Where's the money problems? I thought Stanford wanted like $1 billion. I guess that was just the 5th-year option. That is pure theft. Dak Foster, even we can afford. Maybe I should be looking ahead to see if there's not some name we can't lose, that we're about to lose because I'm not paying attention. And no, I mean, yeah, we're going to lose Tooney and, you know, Edmonds and Brisker, Winter, whatever. But as far as, like, losing someone I really can't replace? Not necessarily. So, yeah, I mean, the team's getting worse as the years go on, but it's still manageable loss. All right, head to the playoffs, and we go 12-5, which is, far off of the 15-2 the Rams completed a season on. Jacobs had a really good year. Let's take a look at our season. So, pretty good start. We're like 8-2 at one point. Lost a couple games in a row. Finished out strong with 3 straight. And do make our way back into the playoffs. Who is it against again? The Packers. Okay, that's not a scheme I'm super fond of playing against, but it's also what we're rocking. Caleb, good season. Not great, though. Jacobs, great season, to be honest. Odunze, great season. Burden for the slot, not bad at all. Moore, kind of disappointing. Loveland, pretty good. We've seen him do better, but it's still pretty good. O-line, that center position was tough. Left guard, tough. Right guard, tough. But Stanley, the rookie, what a year. 4 sacks allowed, only at a tackle position. D-line cooking up. 3 double-digiters. Jervon Dexter, a little disappointing, but that's fine. Team looks good. Pass rush-wise, interceptions are okay. Aubrey was okay, but he had 3 kicks blocked. Dixon was solid. I mean, just kick the ball a little higher, all right, Aubrey, and we'll be fine. Yearly awards, we have nobody. I thought Caleb would have been number 6 or 7. Not going to be the case. Wrong side. This is the conference we're on. Defensive Player of the Year, number 2 and 3. Rookie awards, we only started like a rookie lineman, so that you can't really win anything with that. Had a couple close calls on the D-line, but not quite. Don't let this rebuild end in us losing to the freaking Packers, please. All right, going to the end of the game. I don't ask for much. Sure, I would love to make a championship round, maybe a Super Bowl, maybe win the whole damn thing. But what I do not want to see is this end in a Packers win. We gotta at least get to the divisional round. People are gonna say he did it on purpose. I'll never be able to live it down. EA stop. EA stop. EA stop. EA stop. Please stop. We're a better team than them. Please stop it. Who the hell even is their running back here? Why are we not, acting as if this is 3rd and 1? Let's get the hell up. This is a pass. No, it's not. Overload him. He will be denied. I just called the timeout with 2-minute warning. I am just the stupid. It's all right, though. We got plenty of time. We just got to actually go out there ourselves because the game is stupid. 2 minutes left. They'll waste all that clock. They do not care. Are we really letting this bounce? Okay, it works, I guess, but that's kind of risky. All right, they're going to leave Odunze pretty damn open. There is nobody there. And again, is it on rookie? I swear to God it is. There's nobody in sight. Let me see. And fantastic. I'm going to have to back out. All right, let's try that again. Let's see if the sim's going to be equal to the other one. We were kind of getting dogged on all game long, and we were kind of forced to try and save it. Again, you can't tell me this isn't the game coding. Well, the Packers always beat the Bears. Clearly, they have to win this game. You can't tell me that. The game is struggling. It's must give Packers win. We won 17-10 using the same offensive scheme with a better roster by a lot. I mean, it's not even close, I imagine. I actually want to see the roster difference. It's probably astronomical. They probably don't have a single player better than ours on maybe even both sides of the ball, let alone offense for sure. Well, I'm going to look. I'm petty. I don't care. I need to see this because no, EA, no. This isn't real life where the greatest team of all time could just have a bad day. This is Madden. We have to base it off the ratings. There's no personality. There's no... your player, ate a bad taco this morning and, he's not looking too hot. This is literally just numbers, all right? Better quarterback, better running back, I don't know about fullback, better wide receivers by a mile, better tight end by a mile, left tackle's equal, left guard guy's better, center's equal, right guard's equal, right tackle, they do beat us, I think, left end by a mile, right end by a city mile, DT by a freaking universe. Linebackers by 15 universes. Corner by a galaxy. I don't even know. Galaxies are smaller than universes, but we have them beat at every... They don't even have the special teams that kick the ball off safely. Okay? Stop it. I'm crashing out, but at least we won. Giants. All right, I'm lightheaded. Here we are, headed to the end of the game. Taking on the Giants. For some reason, I feel better about this one than the Packers. I don't know. I guess I'm wrong. I mean, we've got 3 points to start the first half. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, man. I'm just gonna quiet down, and whatever happens, happens. We're up by 7. The Giants drive down. They get a field goal as well. We're gonna have to punt the ball, giving them a chance. Are you okay? They ran out. Are you actually kidding me, dude? Hello? Like, hello, EA? Do you mind? What is happening? Like, once again, I get it. We're not supposed to win every single game, but, like, these games should be a walk in the park. I don't love this play. We should be winning these games. You've got to be kidding me. Got to pitch it. What the hell is actually happening? That's how it's going to end, huh? That's how it's going to end. Catch, we throw a ball over the middle. You got to go aggressive because it's a little behind him. I don't trust the rat catch in a ball behind him situation. You get the glitchy animations where your guy just lets it pass. He literally jumps up as if he's got a one-handed Odell Beckham style and just completely sells the entire game. I mean, hello? Like, the ball is severely behind him. There's a guy in front of him. I mean, I have no choice but to pitch it. We're literally a yard behind. That is an L situation. Instead of just pitching it to the guy right in front of him for the easy first down, yeet! Into the sky. I'm sorry, Bears fans. All right? I mean, I think it's pretty obvious the way I'm reacting that I'm not trying to lose these games. EA is just on another one. I don't know what more we could have done here. Again, the silver lining of this kind of situation is, I guess, not every rebuild's the exact same outcome, but also why? That's it. The furthest the Bears are going to make it in the next 5 years, according to EA, and their obviously infinite wisdom and perfect sim engine, is the divisional round against the Giants, in which they can't win with the bye. I would never extend us. We've got a great roster, yet we can't win games. Is to lose in the divisional to a bad team as the best team in the league. You've got to be kidding me. The Giants are in the Super Bowl. Excuse me. Does anyone mind? I'm not doing another season, but I'm just gonna quick sim. I'm just gonna quick sim. We're just gonna go next season. We're gonna sim a 6th season. I don't want to spend the time, adding players and this and that for nothing to change. But we'll sim another season with whatever we got. I don't really care. Whatever we got, we're going to start those players. We'll do a 6th season. Why not? All right, here we are. Final season. I simmed it. This is what the team looks like. I don't know who the hell they... Got a bunch of wide receivers for God knows what reason. I mean, for what reason? Our wide receiver room is the best trio in the league by far. Even with DJ Moore regressing into the ground. Let's take a look at defensively. Anything going on here? Doesn't seem to be, but... Pretty much everyone we started with, right? You lose Brisker, you lose him at a linebacker, and then you start the guys that were sitting behind him. EA didn't really have to do much. AI kind of was chilling. We gave him the blueprint. We're going to run the Chiefs scheme this year, give it one last season. I mean, I don't know. I just want to see a championship visit. I think that's kind of the benchmark of an at least fair enough rebuild. Championship round. Obviously, winning the Super Bowl is the ultimate goal, but it's just not going to be possible every time like we're showing right now, it seems. We're going 4-3 as one of the best teams in the league. Look at the re-signings. I don't care. I'm done with the rebuild after this. Anyways, I'm not even going to bother trying to re-sign players. I just want to see the outcome. And you know what? I've said everything I needed to say in Season 5 as well, so I'm not even going to get mad. If we miss the playoffs, we lose in the first round of the playoffs, whatever it is, I'm not even going to get mad. That is how kind of over it I am with EA Sim. It's just like, yeah, another unlucky one. It is what it is. Wow, what a treat of a season. We go 10-7 as still, mind you, the best team in football. I've got to show you the wins-loss because it's not out of the realm of possibility to need to force a win to get into the playoffs. This team is just garbage. I don't know. I'm voice getting so high there, I mean, just... I don't know which bathroom I enter in anymore with the way I'm sounding these days. Like, I don't know. The way this video's got me going, I don't know which one I'm allowed into. But let's take a look at the defense. Pass rush, got a couple of guys. Nothing major. Picks are okay. Kicking, it's not bad. Arguably better than, not even arguably, better in general than Aubrey, and he's a worse player. Make that make sense. Yeah, you can't. Caleb Williams, the 1 year where like super crashing out, not even really paying attention to the team. He almost wins MVP. He's number 2. What a freaking joke. The least completed team we've had since Season 1. And this is the year that Caleb kind of looks like that guy. Nah, we tried the Chiefs scheme before. It didn't really work out. Give it another chance. Going against the Cowboys. I mean, this is almost as bad as if we were to end the rebuild on a Packers loss. We're right up there with the Cowboys now. It would be very fitting because you kind of trashed on them for no reason earlier on. It'd be kind of karmatic. All right, let's take a look at how this game's going. 7-7. Short field given up by the offense. How they got their touchdown. 21-7. Are we actually going to dominate a team for once? No. Defense giving up some scores. Offense isn't putting the pedal to the metal. Fourth quarter, it's still anyone's game. 11 points is not the end of it all. But that will be 35-20. 38-20. We win another game, which I will admit has been kind of scarce, right? Caleb Williams pretty good. 2 picks. Swift was awful, but he has regressed pretty much right into the soil. Time to rest. Aubrey back on the Cowboys, misses a field goal. Why wouldn't he? To the divisional round, where we take on the Philadelphia Eagles. We have them by 7 overalls, mind you. End of the game. Philadelphia comes out swinging with 7 right away. We are through the whole first quarter without any points. The Eagles now have 14 points. The Eagles now have 21 points. 21-3, 28-3. We've just been little cucks this entire rebuild. You know that? Little soy boys, dude. What is wrong with us? Like, are you serious? I'm done. I'm over with it. Can't even get past the damn divisional round. Yeah, he's got to just hand this shit over to someone else. Like, for real. Like, this is crazy. Anyways, the crash out is fully complete. We'll look at the roster. I mean, we did 6 seasons. The furthest we can get to this is the damn divisional round. I don't know what to tell you. And the Giants are back in another freaking Super Bowl. The Giants beat the Eagles to then beat the Chiefs to win a Super Bowl. Who even is their quarterback? Is it Dart? Jackson Dart's a 90-plus overall X-Factor. Okay. Let him cook, I suppose. Just let him cook. Let's take a look at this team, though, and call it a, if you want to call it a rebuild, I would argue a failed. I mean, this team was really good. It was deep. We had a starting offensive line sitting back up to our starting offensive line by year 3 and beyond this entire way. Like, it's actually kind of wild. Like, even now, we have Nelson backing up a guy, Samuel's backing up a guy, Harrell backing up a guy, and we didn't even draft the last season. We didn't re-sign players that we might have been able to. Why do you hate me, EA? Why do you hate the Bears as well? Why do you hate us collectively? This is a collab I wasn't expecting. Me, a Packers fan, collabing with the Bears to equally hate EA together and get hated on at the same time. Luther Burden, short route's not the best. You would have expected him to do a little bit better than this. This is the most I've defended the Bears ever. Look what EA's done to me. Look what they have done. I'm not going to look at DJ Moore because I'm going to start tearing up because he has regressed hard. Colston Loveland, he turned out to be super elite. The number 1 tight end in the entire league. Juke ability is insane, dude. 88 juke move, 85 trucking. His run block, 75. This is actually one of the craziest, tight end, unexpected glow-ups I've ever seen. I'm proud of him. I'm happy because everything else has been horrible for the most part. We'll look at safety falls. I'm not going to look at players that just came around. Just, player. Wow. What a damn player that was right there. I mean, his block shed's only 71. Just, again, showing you why you never want to go with the non-meta archetypes. Outside linebackers, we'll take a look at DeBose for sure because he was solid. Very good zone coverage. Very good man coverage. Block shed's not great, but he's athletic, so he can get it done anyways. Again, just run past the guy. Other side, Josh Pryor, 88 overall, block shedder. So we got ourselves a little bit of variety on this team. Let's take a look now at the cornerbacks. Kyler Gordon's probably the guy I would care a little bit more about just because he wasn't already a good overall, whereas Jalen Johnson was pretty damn good on his own. Still very good, though, as 30-plus-year-old, so pretty good stuff there. Kyler Gordon, 30 years old as well. Zone coverage guy as well. Press a little low. He's worse than I would have thought. Speed especially. I mean, I thought he would have been better than this. Fair enough, though. He's a good player. Bryant and Stanford, once again, just feels like a college name. Both superstar Dez, both goated. I mean, they weren't really consistent performers on the D-line for us together, but they had their moments for sure, individually, without a doubt. Stanford, really good passer. I mean, maxed out pretty much for the most part as well. Then we have the final two, the DTs. Gervon Dexter, who I really have not seen fail to develop in a long time in Madden, yet his numbers are also kind of mid usually, right? Like, he didn't really do much in this one. Even Shamar Turner, who was benched after starting, ended up with a couple of higher peaked seasons. But that's pretty much going to be it for the realistic style rebuild, if you even want to call it that, of the Chicago Bears. Again, it's nothing to do with me. I would rather have the Bears win 5 straight Super Bowls than for us to not make the playoffs once, because, you know, I would imagine that would not be fun to see. It's just complete failure. No playoffs, no chance. It doesn't matter to me. I know this is Madden. Packers go 17-0 means nothing to me. Bears could go 17-0 means nothing to me. Vice versa means nothing to me. It's Madden. It doesn't have any bearing in real life. It doesn't matter. Even if, you know, we won 5 of your Super Bowls in a row and it became the greatest rebuild on the channel, it still wouldn't matter. Because it'd be like, it's cool. Won a bunch of Super Bowls. Not bad. But, yeah, unfortunately, we just couldn't get it done, apparently. EA said no to us. So, I apologize. Nothing I could have done. Hopefully we'll be back stronger than ever with our next rebuild, whatever that might be. Speaking of, though, let me know in the comment section below who you'd like to see next. Subscribe if you're new. I promise it's not always like this. A lot of times it might be, but not always like this. I think it is kind of funny to get, you know, kind of lose the bearings a little bit, fall off the rails, get off the tracks for a moment, and then, you know, climb our way back onto that ride. But, yeah, leave a like, subscribe if you're new. Not new, appreciate your support on the channel. You know what's up if you're not new. Yeah, but like I said, let me know what team you'd like to see next. They're not always going to end in winners. The ones that are unexpected seem to do better, whereas the ones that are expected seem to do worse. Sim is just so random. It's just what we've grown accustomed to. But yeah, let me know what team you'd like to see next. Check out the next video on the channel, which I would imagine will be Oblivion on the second channel PK Plays tomorrow, so check that out if you're interested. Maybe subscribe over there. It would mean a ton to me. And then Saturday, I'm not exactly sure what else, but Chupacabras franchise for sure. Another rebuild on Sunday, I'd imagine. Then, of course, earlier today, you would have seen a members-only really wild rebuild. If, once again, you're a member and you checked it out. So check it out if you have. If you are, maybe think about becoming a member. If not, regardless, thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys come back for next video. But until next video, see ya. And again, as always, speaking of members, shout out to all the members of the channel. Really do appreciate you guys a ton. Really does help out a lot. And we get to make some more, you know, kind of wacky, fun content that maybe wouldn't normally make the main channel, but makes for, I think, fun and good members-only content. So think about becoming a member. Click the join button next to the subscribe button. All the details will be in there. But a member or not, appreciate y'all for watching, and